do you like when you go on dates, do you use apps or do you go in person?
I've used apps historically, but honestly, I've been off them for a few weeks, just not swiping, and it's good. It's like it feels so good to be off them for a second. It kind of sucks, doesn't it? It's like they've completely gamified what it means to fall in love or be in a relationship, and like TikTok serves me these FYP vids that are like how to hack your algorithm, how to get better matches, how to get more matches, and I'm like, oh my God, why is it a game? Like it's just not fun. But
Literally, that's so funny you're saying that. Literally, me and my friend were talking about that today. Because she was in a long-term relationship and recently became single. And I experienced this myself. I was in a very not very, like 4 or 5 years. I was in a pretty long-term relationship. And when he and I first started dating, it was like at a time where you could like still meet people in person. Like there were dating apps, but like it wasn't that bad. Like people still met in person. I would always tell him like, we better not break up because like, I don't want to do the modern dating app thing. Like, I'm like, yes. I can't do that. We broke up. And like, lo and behold, I was like a 32-year-old woman, like trying to use these dating apps, like at my age. And, I hated it. Like I felt very depressed doing it. And it was the same exact thing. I felt like it made me like very picky because there was just so many options. Like I was just like, there's like millions of men, like which one's the right one? Like it gave me so much anxiety. Like I was like, you know what I mean?
And then you find yourself, I just would find myself, okay, here's my thing with the dating apps. It's like, you're swiping, you're texting, you agree to go on a date with someone. And then once you get there and you meet them in person for the first time, it's like you decide if you want to flirt with them, as opposed to flirting with someone and then deciding if you want to go on a date with them. It's like the opposite. It's like you match online and you have these texts. And then when you get together in person, you're like, let's see if there's any connection, like if there's any spark, as opposed to you meet someone and like, everybody knows what that feels like. Even if it's not a date, even if it's just like a friend or like I don't know, so like everybody knows what I mean to be like, you meet someone and you hit it off right away. Like you guys just get on really easily. It's easy to carry a conversation, like whatever.
Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of these apps, like what I found was that you're going based off of a photo, but there's been people in my real life that I like fell in love with, like something about their energy or the way they carried themselves. Yes. And I think if I saw a picture of them, I would have thought they were ugly. Like,
yes,
I know,
okay, yes.
I know that's mean.
People,
but like,
people say that.
Like, no, like I don't want to interrupt you, but go ahead, say what you're going to say, because I feel like you're saying the same thing, really.
No, I feel like people say that all the time. They're like, if I had seen this person on Hinge, I maybe wouldn't have swiped, but like the situation we found ourselves in, it's like, it was undeniable.
Yeah. Or on the other end of that, I've met guys in real life that I thought were hot, but hated their personality. Like, I'm like, he's really hot, but like he sucks. So like you can get fooled online, like just going by looks. I mean, and they do have bios, but even then it's like, some people just aren't good.
Enough. You can't tell. You can't tell. You guys, 2023, here's what I think. Okay. Summer 2023 is about approaching people in public. And I think what's going to come back in is like setting your friends up with people.
Yeah.
That needs to come back, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, no, I'm really lucky that I met my boyfriend in person because I was ready to give up on those dating apps. I was like, I'm toast. Like, I'll never meet somebody.
Where'd y'all meet?
So I think that's one of the benefits of being a musician is you meet lots of people.
Oh,
so I was in a band project and we had a drummer that canceled a gig last minute. Like he didn't show up, which is like not cool. It happens in comedy. Like people will be like, oh, I'm sick, I can't show up. But there's still like a whole bunch of other comedians that could go. With music, like if the drummer doesn't show up, you can't just get a drummer to learn 30 songs in one day. Like that doesn't happen. So like that's fucked. You know what I mean? So we were like, fuck him, he's fired. So we were like, shit, we need a drummer. Like it's an emergency. And the guitar player was like, I know a guy. And then that guy ended up being my new boyfriend. Not like that day, obviously, but we like did the project together and got to know each other and like became friends. And then eventually it just kind of happened organically. You know what I mean? And again, like, I don't think I would have like if I saw this, like,
yeah, like whatever his bio was, you're like, that doesn't even sound like you. Like, that's so funny.
Yeah, no, like it's all silly, and I agree with you. I agree with the sentiment that I hope that the future is like the people on these apps are going to like turn it around and start meeting people in person again. You know?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a swing the other direction, just because people are getting so exhausted by it, and like there's kind of like I don't know if you've seen all this like stuff with the like in the Bay Area and whatever, but just like tech is, I don't know. I think there's some bust that's going to happen. I think we've overcorrected to one degree that like we have to normalize. Like,
yeah, society always naturally society is going to sway in another direction. So
exactly.
You're right. I hope it's going to be like the spring, like the spring of love. Like people are going to start.
Yes. Spring of love. Okay. Spring of love. You guys heard it here first.